to stop fucking bombing them, as Joe Biden did and as Donald Trump has done.
Yeah, that wasn't my chief criticism. Man, again, my criticism is that they are kidnapping civilians.
Yeah, I know. You don't like their methods, but you have no alternative method.
I said just do it without kidnapping civilians, dude. It's not rocket science.
Let's get back to the IDF. You said the IDF is maybe not a terror organization, but the IDF is a terror organization.
I didn't say that. Wrong.
Through and through.
Wrong. Again, a liar.
Okay, so you think the IDF is a terror organization?
I said yes.
You believe the IDF?
I think it's fair to characterize them that way.
Okay. Your wife was in the IDF.
Yeah.
Do you believe your wife is a terrorist?
Of course not.
Do you think it's appropriate to call your wife a terrorist?
I think you do. No, I don't.
You don't think it's appropriate?
No.
Okay. You have stated time and time again that you believe, to show how pro-Palestine you are, that you believe settlers are valid military targets.
Right.
Who do you think is protecting the settlers who you claim are valid military targets?
It's fucking insane.
In the process,
it's horrible.
In the process
was
of
my wife out there
that they're doing.
Sorry, was Hila out there protecting settlers?
No, she was doing a night raid, as a matter of fact. And I didn't know any of this until recently, for the record, until a couple months ago.
Yeah, you're going to do the Raider of Ramallah snark bullshit? Go on. Yeah, your community doesn't harass anyone. She was 18 years old. She went on a ride along to Ramallah for some kind of fucking mission. She stayed in the car, and then they went back, and that's all that happened. She's 18 years old, bro. She's a secretary.
Of taking someone hostage, you called him it, by the way. That person was a Palestinian living in his own fucking home, and your wife went on a raid to Ramallah, which you have called a terror city.
Yeah, that was an old clip. I don't think Ramallah's a terror city.
Is your wife a valid military target in that process? Because you've said that settlers are valid military targets. Do you think your wife is a valid military target? Do you think your wife is a terrorist?
She's not a West Bank settler. She's not a West Bank settler.
But she's in the West Bank. Where's Ramallah, Ethan?
Bad Empanada thinks she's valid. Your friends over at Second Thought think she's a valid target.
You think she's a valid military target?
Do you think she's a valid military target?
There's inconsistencies
Do you think she's a valid military target?
I do not, as a matter of fact.
How great.
I don't. Okay.
Right. Can we please move on to this the Nakba thing?
Listen to me.
Hasan, you're making this unwatchable.
Listen to me. Okay?
We got to move on.
How does this make sense in your mind? You say Israel is doing genocide. She has participated in the kidnapping of a Palestinian in the West Bank.
You don't know who was kidnapped and for what reason.
You say you hate the settlers.
Well, we don't know who was.
First of all, the settlers, Ethan. Your wife did.
Kidnapped. They arrested somebody. We don't know what happened or what they did. What if he fucking stabbed civilians? Doesn't that happen?
The process in which how people are arrested in the West Bank, Ethan?
Do Palestinian terrorists never stab and blow up civilians?
They're placed under military detention. They are not actually placed. They do not go through a civil court process.
Do Palestinian terrorists ever commit violence on civilians that would warrant them being arrested?
They are not in the West Bank.
You don't know anything about this person or this raid.
In Ramallah, in Palestinian territory, your wife was an illegal occupier of a terrorist organization, also known as the Israeli Occupying Force, Ethan. Now, I know people that have also served in the Israeli Occupying Force, as a matter of fact. I've relied on breaking the silence.
By the way, her name is Hila. I don't know if you keep doing your wife. Why do you do that? Why do you keep referring to her as my wife? It's bizarre.
Okay, Hila, whatever, who cares?
It just belies some really bizarre thing.
Shit.
It's not random at all. It says a lot.
Listen to my words. Listen to my words.
It's so
I have no issue with someone as long as they have recognized their mistakes, as long as they recognize that was wrong. What I take issue with is consistently defending Israel. You have also participated in the defense of Israel. It makes no sense. You're inconsistent. You say it's a genocide, but people can't resist militarily. You say it's a genocide, but all of the people who are outspoken are vile anti-Semites.
Hila was doing mandatory. Hold on.
Supposed to be able to resist against this genocide.
Hold the phone.
Do you actually think it's a genocide?
Hila was doing mandatory military service. What should she have done?
There's numerous options. One, religious exemption. Two, refusing to serve. But even then, I don't have a problem with her being socially conditioned into thinking that this is appropriate. I have a problem with what she's saying now. I have a problem with how she reflects on that and doesn't realize that was an unjustifiable thing to do.
Okay, well, listen, you can talk to her, debate about it. I don't know what you're even referring to. Okay.
What?
I don't even know what the fuck you're referring to. You're just calling my wife a terrorist. Like, well, give me a break, dude.
No.
She did mandatory.
She has talked
Let me
on
ask
your
you a
podcast.
question. Hassan,
She's talked
please,
on your
you gotta
podcast
let me
about
talk.
how she went on a raid.
You have
she
to
was
let
bored.
me
She had
talk.
a
The fact
secretary
that you're
job.
just
It's
talking
mandatory
over me
conscription. It
and
was an
being
adventure
louder
for
does not
her.
mean you're right. I promise.
What?
Being louder and talking more does not mean you're right. Okay, it's good to listen to what I have to say. She's part of mandatory conscription.
Did Hila not volunteer? Did Hila not volunteer to go to the West Bank on a raid because she was bored? In Ramallah.
Yeah, she's 18. It's understandable. We don't know what that guy did, though. We don't know what the raid was for.
He could have been a
what if he
vicious terrorist
killed people?
monster.
Yeah. What if he killed people? Of course. If he killed people, of course he would be worthy of being arrested.
Ethan, is Ramallah a part of Israeli territory?
I mean, it's complicated, right? It's under occupation. No, I don't think so, but it's under occupation, right?
Okay. So why was your wife in Ramallah?
Maybe getting a terrorist that killed civilians. She sat in a car.
It's not complicated.
She sat in a car and didn't even leave it and never did it again.
Your wife participated in an illegal raid according to international human rights. That is the reality. Now,
are you upset if this person killed like a child? Would you be upset if this person they arrested like stabbed people? Like you don't know what you're talking about.
If she were to talk about,
okay, fine. My wife's a terrorist, bro. What the fuck? It's so boring.
No, stop. Listen to my words.
No, my wife is a terrorist.
How fucked up that is, as many former IDF vets have on breaking the silence. If she talked about the night raid that she participated in the same way that
just like Frogan says, only I don't hate only the ones that regret it.
Talk about, I would have no issue with her.
Do you hope she gets PTSD
know why? Because I understand people can change.
I don't condone the raid, but I mean, see, neither of us have any information about like what actually happened. You know what I mean?
There is no. You don't understand. She is illegally there.
Okay.
She is not supposed to be there. It does not matter. Her and her entire brigade was not supposed to be there.
I don't think she knew what they were doing.
And as a matter of fact,
I don't think she knew what they were doing or where they were going.
What she participated in
I don't think she knew where they were going or what they were doing.
What she participated in is
she's
called
a terrorist,
night
bro.
raid.
Please, we got to move on. This is
the reason why the Israeli occupying force, participates in these night raids in the West Bank.
You're making this unwatchable.
Is to create a constant feeling of terror.
Talking more does not make you right. Okay. You got to understand
the reason why the Israeli occupying force participates in night raids is to create a constant sense of terror.
We don't condone it. She was 19. She was doing military conscription. She didn't know where they were going or what they were doing. Okay. Thank you. I'm listening, but you just keep repeating yourself. This is what you do.
The reason why
you got to move on.
I want to have the reason why I know that. Do you want to know why I know that?
Do you want this to be unwatchable? Is that what you want?
What?
Do you want this to be unwatchable?
The reason why I know that, Ethan,
I'm take that as a yes.
Breaking the silence veterans who have come out and spoken out against this practice. That's why I know that.
Hasan, you say that Hila could have gone to jail and done a conscientious objection instead of joining the army. Why do you pay taxes?
What?
Why do you pay taxes to the United States government?
This is your big argument, Ethan?
Answer the question.
That I pay taxes and I'm morally culpable? I know. That's why I try to fucking
fight
against this goddamn government doing this shit every day.
Why don't you stand up for your principles and go to jail for it?
Because it would not actually stop, okay? It would not actually stop. The reason why I'm saying...
What wouldn't stop?
I don't take issue with Hila's fucking actions then, as long as, just like you said, she was just 19 years old. I take issue with the fact that she still defends it on principle.
What does she
says
say?
The Israeli occupying force is not a terror organization. You have a disagreement with him.
Well, I think I can see it from her perspective too, which is like, the problem with you is that everything's black and white.
You can't see it from Rashid al-Haddad's perspective.
Yeah,
and
he's a fucking terrorist who says he wants to kill Jews.
Also doesn't see
that you said it's like Anne Frank.
That's why you can fucking constantly claim that he is a terrorist.
Oh my God, bro! Please, I want this to be watchable. Okay, let's move on, please. Thank you.